Hey, what's up, fellas? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're doing a review of the Easton Beast X Speed. So it's a one-piece bat. Easton makes basically three different versions of the Beast X. They make a hybrid, which is a two-piece. They make a Speed, which is a one-piece, and then they make a Loaded, which is a one-piece. So obviously the difference between the hybrid two-piece and the Speed and the Loaded are that this is a one-piece, those are two-piece bats. The difference between the Speed and the Loaded, which are both one-piece bats, is where the weight is distributed on the bat. So with the Speed, you're going to get more of a balanced feel. With the Loaded, you're going to get a little bit more of a end-loaded feel, where the weight feels like it's a little bit more down towards the end of the barrel. When I hold this bat, for me personally, it feels like the weight is really down here in the handle, versus the Loaded, you can really feel that it's end-loaded and the weight is really down towards the end of the bat. Again, personal preference. I personally like the Loaded a little bit more. I like the weight to be down towards the end, but there's plenty of people and plenty of players that like that feel of having the bat a little bit more balanced so it doesn't feel top-heavy. Again, it feels like it's a little bit more down towards the handle. So make sure you're swinging the bat. Pick up the bat, swing the bat. One thing that I get a lot of from our players, when they're talking about bats and asking about bats, the first question always is, which bat has more pop? What's the most pop, right? For me, and I've swung a lot of these bats now, every bat has pop, right? As long as you get a good bat. You get a bat made by a good company and it's an expensive bat, it's going to have pop in it. There's not going to be any bats that you're going to spend $300 for that the ball doesn't get out of the infield. That bat's not going to be sold for very long, okay? So they're all going to have they're all going to have pop. But again, figure out which bat feels the best for you. That's the biggest difference, is the feel of the bat. I can take both of these bats. I could take the Speed and the Loaded, which are technically the same bat except for where the weight is distributed. And I personally will feel like I get a lot more pop on the Loaded than the Speed. Again, that's me. And that's not because one bat's better than the other. It's how the bat feels in my hands, how it comes through the zone for me. It may come through different for someone else because of the way that their swing works or the way that it feels in their hands. And so, again, players get carried away, I feel like, too much with, I want the bat with the most pop, okay? So grab all the bats and swing them and see which bat feels best in your hand, which bat do you feel like you can, create the best swing path with. Some people can do it better with end-loaded, some people do it better with balanced bats, so really, really important to understand. The second thing is when you're talking about the one piece, okay? I've swung the two-piece Beast, I've swung the one piece, and again, for me, the one-piece bat feels a little bit stiffer is what I would call it. Here's the example I give. If you swung wooden bats before, you have an ash bat, you have a maple bat, right? And then there's birches, all kinds of different stuff. But I've used ash and maple mostly in my career, okay? Some players love ash, some players love maple, okay? One of the biggest differences is the feel of the bat. One bat feels like it flexes a little bit more, the other one feels a little bit stiffer. Doesn't mean one's better than the other, just all comes back to feel. That's how I would compare the one piece versus the two piece in the hybrid. It's just a little bit different feel when the ball comes off the bat. Again, for me, the one piece feels a little bit stiffer than the two piece. Doesn't mean it's bad, just my personal preference, okay? Couple other things. One thing that I did not mention is that this is a BBCOR bat. Okay, so this bat is used in high school and college. Important to know that. If you're a younger player, again, depending on the league, you have to make sure that if you're younger, if you're not in high school, make sure that you check what your league is allowed to use. A lot of leagues now are going to the USA certified bats, so make sure you check on that. Okay. Couple other things. We've talked about Easton bats in the past. This is going to have a lot of the same technology that the other Easton bats have. Got the Hyperskin grip, which again is a little bit of a thicker grip. Okay, it's supposed to reduce some of the sting out of the handle. It's really comfortable with that. They say it's a thicker grip. It doesn't feel, I think it's a really, really good feel. Obviously, it's not the two-piece, so it's not going to have the Connection Plus. Again, you may get a little bit more sting in the hands off of one piece. I've noticed that in the two piece, but it's nothing crazy. Don't think I have to go with a two piece because my hands are going to hurt if I use a one piece. But you may get a little bit more. 2 5/8 extended barrel. It's got the BBCOR technology, same as the other ones. It's got the attack alloy. So again, it's going to be like most bats. It's going to be a hard, durable bat. And yes, you're going to get pop off the bat. All these bats have pop. So that's most of the features on the bat. Again, make sure you pick it up and swing it. Make sure that the feel is right for you. Hopefully that gives you kind of an idea before you even go out and swing it, which ones you may want to test out and which ones you may want to pass on. If you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'll help you guys out. I've swung pretty much all of these bats so far, so I've got a pretty good feel. Our players have all swung most of these bats also. And again, it's not like all the players are gravitating towards one bat. Everybody's different. Everyone has their personal preference. So like the channel if you've not done so already, subscribe to it. Excuse me, like the video. Give us a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Share with all your friends. Check out our Instagram, Antonelli Baseball, our Twitter feed, Antonelli9. I'm posting videos all the time for you guys. And that's all I got. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you later.